So it's a great camera, but there's one thing about it that has me like, what the f. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. It's me, Adia. As Kason always introduces me, I'm the girl from the Day in the Life tour, and I was also in the It Takes Two gameplay. You should go check out those videos if you haven't already. So today I'm gonna talk about the Canon M50 Mark II. This is my camera. You guys know that Kason uses the Sony a6400. I use this one. Disclaimer, this is just my opinion and my experience with the camera. If anyone else knows more or has any other information, drop it in the comment section. I'm gonna start with what I like about the camera first. It can't be all negative. So I think that this is a really great beginner camera. The whole design is very intuitive. It's a solid design. It also has the flip out screen. It flips to the side instead of to the top or the bottom, which no other camera like these, even Kason's camera, doesn't have it. Canon is the only people who do this, and it's literally the best thing. I got this camera because I was taking a photography class this past semester, and honestly, this probably saved me because I had to do a lot of self-portraits. But literally the whole menu makes sense. I was never really confused. The settings are pretty intuitive, and honestly I felt that this was really easy to learn. A lot of people in my class were struggling, but me, I felt like I was smooth sailing. Another thing that I really like about this camera is the viewfinder. Before I got this camera, I was playing around with the Sony a6400, and although the picture was pretty nice in it, I felt like it could have been better. But when I use the viewfinder on the Canon M50, it's the most beautiful color image I've ever seen. And honestly, I shoot that way more than I do looking at the screen, just because of how crisp and nice the image looks there. I haven't tried any video features on it. I don't really know if this is a video camera necessarily. And I also only use the kit lens, so I don't really have much experience with it outside of that. But so far, it has been a great camera. Another thing that I really love about this camera is the actual design. It fits perfectly in my hand. As you can see, the viewfinder is at the very top, so it keeps the camera compact. This is bad practice, but I could just throw it in my backpack and go. I didn't have to worry about it taking up too much space. Another thing that was really awesome about the camera was that it came with, I guess a wireless Bluetooth function. So I could use my cell phone to give me a live stream basically of what the camera is seeing. And I used that a lot to help me take pictures when I was doing my self-portraits. I don't know if other cameras do that, they probably do, but I just found that super helpful, especially because I was often doing these projects by myself. Like I was saying, this is a really great, intuitive beginner camera. So I'm gonna show you guys some shots that I took with this camera. Some of them are edited on Lightroom because I had to do that for class, but yeah, you guys can take a look. Now, I'm gonna get to my last point on this camera. And while I have given it a lot of praise, this last point is a good reason to not buy this camera at all. You've seen beautiful pictures, the compact size, the intuitive design, but this is the number one reason you should not buy this camera. At this point in my photography journey, I'm ready to upgrade my lenses. I'm really interested in astrophotography and nature photography. So I was doing some research looking for some telephoto lenses, and nobody makes telephoto lenses for this camera. More specifically for this mount, the EFM mount, I don't know why. There's no third-party company that makes telephoto lenses for this camera, and Canon only has one or two. They have a lot of great prime lenses for the more wider shots, the shorter focal lengths, but if you were looking for something more than 100 millimeters, you're not gonna get it. The only telephoto lenses that Canon has are the lens that goes from 55 milliliters to 200. Outside of that, they don't have any other telephoto lenses. It doesn't have a fixed aperture. I believe it goes from 4.5 to 6.5. So if you wanted something that was going to be good in low light, you're not going to get that either. Your options are super limited. Based on the research that I've done so far, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more lenses for this mount out of Canon. They might be moving on. I forgot what the next one they're moving on to is, but they're moving on to a different kind of mount that's going to be more well-rounded, but they're not making anything else for this one. All hope is not lost. If this is like your forever camera and you don't want to get rid of it, Canon does have adapter pieces for this mount, but they cost around $150. So on top of that, you also have to consider that Canon has like 4 or 5 different kinds of mounts. So if you wanted to go buy like any lens, you'd have to make sure you have that particular mount on deck. It could get pretty expensive between the lenses and the adapter pieces. So my solution is just go with another camera, another brand that has a more versatile mount. At the end of the day, you might, as you become a better photographer, you're likely gonna upgrade from this camera anyway. So I wouldn't put any more money into it, and I would just go ahead and upgrade right off the bat. Honestly, I don't want to get rid of this camera. I love it, and I want to keep it. So if you can give me some cheap options, or you know some more lenses or a third party or something, please let us know down below. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.